You dictating my pay, you dictating my time, you dictating the time that I can spend with my son, you dictating what I can and can't do for him when he needs me. Good morning. I decided to record today because why not? So I'm gonna just take y'all along with me today. I just got up. I have to drop my daughter off at school, but she has a camping trip, so it's not like an ordinary day. Basically, I'm gonna drop her off, but I don't have to go back and get her. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just take y'all along with me today, and let's see where the day takes us. Oh, and y'all might notice that my face is peeling, so ignore that because I got a chemical peel 3 days ago. So yeah, whatever. So I'm on my way to take my daughter to school, and this is her first camping trip, so I'm excited for her. Say hey, Corey.
Hi.
If you follow me on Instagram or you watch maybe some of my other videos, you may know that my son is homeschooled. So today he's with my mom, and she probably will keep him until I get Corey back. So that gives me a break. But anyway, that's where I'm headed right now. And I probably shouldn't be driving and recording because I'm actually holding my phone. Alright, say cheese for the picture. Let me get a picture of your first camping trip. Oh, my baby growing up. Good morning. Good morning. The little ones haven't learned to come to the top. They scared of the big ones. Hey y'all, so I just washed my hair, and y'all hate my first day look. People say I look like Michael Jackson. I'm doing a wash and go, and it's like the first day. One sec. Anyway, so the first day is always really like, I want to say like maybe the third day it starts to like fluff up or give me the volume, and then my curls kind of are what give me volume, because like as you can see, like wet, it just looks like this. Well, it is soaking wet. I mean, I literally just took my head from under the faucet. However, and the thing is, like, I was always constantly flat ironing my hair. So if you look at if you would follow me on Instagram, or you even look at some of my other YouTube videos, like for the most part my hair's always straight, and I was always straightening my hair. So now I'm trying to repair heat damage into some of my curls, but let's see how it turns out today. Anyway, I decided that while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you guys about entrepreneurship, and not just the glitz and glamour, because that's enough of that. We see enough of that, and honestly, I may have been guilty at times of doing it myself, like kind of showing that side. I mean, that is the good side, well, one of the good sides. But to be honest, I'm going to be transparent today and talk about the good, the bad, and specifically for me, what I find beneficial with entrepreneurship and why outweighs the bad for me and why I'm still at it. I've been an entrepreneur full-time now for 11 years. I've tried different types of businesses. I've tried different things. Let's start from the beginning. So basically, I would say like my first encounter of entrepreneurship, but I didn't know, I wasn't really putting that title on it or anything. I was a kid. So when I was in 6th grade, I would buy candy from the dollar store, or I would buy candy in bulk, and what I would, pack. So whatever, like, so for example, say it cost me 25 cents a piece for whatever I bought. I would return around and sell it for $1. As far as the candy bars, I would go like, to Sam's or BJ's or something like that and buy stuff in bulk and then sell it and make profit that way. And I didn't like look at that as entrepreneurship, but that was like really my first account. I've like been that way since I was little. I was raised around it. For those who do follow me on Instagram, like I consider myself to have 3 parents. And so all of them are entrepreneurs. My mom was more of a 9-to-5 with a side hustle, and my 2 fathers, both were entrepreneurs, and they also, hit really big milestones, right? But what a lot of people don't realize is just because they had that success, or because I was raised by people that, saw success, doesn't mean that I was walking around with my hand out. Okay, so growing up, my friends saw, you really the only one around with, a father with a yacht. I went to public school. So, and some people saw that and thought like I was born with a spoon in my mouth. I'm this spoiled brat, this, that, and the other. But let me tell y'all something. See, I was really independent. And when I turned 17, I pretty much started, doing my own thing. I didn't even need my mother to feed me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have to, like, cook or... Because I couldn't wait to work. Yo, I couldn't wait to work. But got my first job when I was 14. And then let's just say, like, when I was 17... Oh my God, this is so damaged, y'all. Look at this. Whatever. Anyway, because I always like try to like scrunch it up to blend it in. With these tight ass curls, I know, but mind your business. We not talk about that. So my mom was a single mom from pretty much the time that I was 3 until I was maybe 15. She started dating someone, that pretty much became a big part of my life when I was like 10. But we moved in with him when I was 14 or 15. But I had a job from the time I was 14, 17 years old. I pretty much was taking care of myself. She didn't have to feed me. She didn't have to clothe me. She didn't have to do anything because by that point I was on my own. I mean, not on my own, but I was taking care of myself. The only thing I wasn't doing was putting a roof over my head, right? So, and I had a little boyfriend at the time, and he looked out too. I'm not even gonna say. But when I turned 19, I was out on my own, and that's when I got my first apartment. I was 19 years old. I was in the corporate world at that time. I'm sorry, let me rewind. 17 years old is when I got my cosmetology license. I went in the shop, and if a lot of you don't know, you still gotta hustle. You still have to. I mean, you may go into a shop that gives you walk-ins and stuff like that, but I still had to hustle. So that, you still gotta build up your clientele, etc., etc. And honestly, back then, because I took it in high school, so from 14 to 17, I took, cosmetology was my like trade. So I got my license at 17, and I was, that was basically a service-based business. Like you gotta do what you gotta do for you, right? I was honest with the lady who was helping me when I was in high school. You gotta find a master cosmetologist basically to teach you to trade. You have to get your hours under another cosmetologist, because the shop, I was working in the shop with her and stuff like that. It wasn't her shop, but okay, long story short, I was honest and I said, right now I'm building I had built my hours, I got my license, and I was working in there because that's where I was. However, that wasn't my end goal. And when I was honest about the fact that isn't where I want to be, that isn't where I intend on staying, she kind of said something along the lines of, okay, well, then basically you can go. And that's what I did. But what ended up happening was, when I left at 19, I ended up getting a corporate job, and that's pretty much what, like, that was the domino effect that put me in entrepreneurship. And y'all, I could not get to work on time to save my life. So imagine taking, that's when I didn't have any kids. So imagine taking that and then adding a kid on top at 21 years old. Bitch, listen, I do not recommend, right? So what ended up happening was 21 years old, and he would like literally poop every day on the way to daycare, and I had to change him before he went in, and I was already always like running late, always rushing. I just was never at peace. And on top of that, my supervisor just made me miserable. Like, she didn't make it any better. I was the hardest worker. In my defense, I was the hardest worker. I did the most work. So yeah, I wasn't on time. That was my flaw, and I'll admit that. However, this bitch made my life so miserable that I vowed to never put myself in a position to have somebody else dictate my pay, and they weren't even paying me nothing for real. Girl, bye. So I'm like, you dictating my pay, you dictating my time, you dictating the time that I can spend with my son, you dictating what I can and can't do for him when he needs me. Yeah, no, that wasn't going to work for me. So that's what pretty much like took me into like full-time entrepreneurship. And so what ended up happening was I wanted a daycare. I probably shouldn't tell y'all the entire story because I'm in the process of writing a book. And if you want to know the whole story, you can read the book. But I think the gist of what I wanted to say today is that it isn't always glitz and glamour. My house, like by me being a single mom, my house wasn't always together, if we're being honest. A lot of what you put into entrepreneurship as far as financially goes right back into the damn business. Don't think that, oh, you make this money and then that's it. No, because you still have to pay for it. It could be anything. It could be marketing, it could be materials, it could be the supplies that you need. It could be anything, but you put your money right back into it, and people think that because you can make a good amount of money, but a good amount of money, trust and believe, it's going right back into that business. So it's not always just like, everything is just glitz and glam all the time. That's not the case. It doesn't work that way. And I think that people see like, oh, the cars. Girl, let me tell y'all something. Let's be real quick. That's one thing. I wasn't raised to like be into like all of these luxury items. I wasn't raised that way. They had the money, but that wasn't what they was into, like gadgets, cars, motorcycles, and boats, right? However, for me, like, I didn't know, okay, my parents gave me my first car. It was a Cadillac. So I had got my license when I was 16. I couldn't wait to do that. Like, I'm telling y'all, everything that I could do, the day I could do it, I was there. When I could get my permit, when I could get my license, like, I couldn't wait for my independence. So ghetto, right? I know. Like, I don't know why I was in a rush. But anyway, so although I did those things, they gave me a Cadillac when I was 16. Something happened. I don't know. I think I drove over something and put a hole in the engine. So then they gave me a Lincoln. When I bought my first car myself when I was 19 years old. And I rode that till the wheels fell off. Do y'all hear me? Like, literally, I would be on the Beltway. I would be on the Beltway. And this was after I had a business. Girl, I didn't care. That was like, it wasn't my priority. I would be on that Beltway, and one time, this was so embarrassing. My wheel literally rolled across the street, and on the Beltway, y'all, came off my car and rolled across the street. So when I say I literally drove it to the wheels fall off, it's not even a figure of speech. That is the truth. I did. Sure did. No shame at all. Because this is the thing. Like, just because you have the money don't mean you need to spend it. I got kids to take care of. I got more, things that I'm teaching them. I'm trying to teach them entrepreneurship. I have to help them out. And yes, I mean, what mother doesn't want to give their kids whatever they want? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I tend to, and I think a lot of mothers do this, especially single moms. I tend to put myself last, when it comes to them. And I don't know, I guess I don't see nothing wrong with that as long as it's not affecting you know, my livelihood. Because if I'm not healthy or if I'm not up to par, how am I going to take care of a child? You understand? And I had to. So I sacrificed a lot of things. Like, my daughter is in private school. Her father don't help me with that. And, you know, it's like, people think because you do well for yourself, or that you have certain things, you know, you don't struggle, or that you don't, like, it's all glitz and glam. And I'm just saying, like, that is so inaccurate, it's not even funny. Just get that out your head. Y'all just don't know the half. I've tried so many things, I made so many mistakes. Because I didn't have guidance for a very, very, very long time. It was just me. And then the curse that I want to break in my specific family is, yeah, they saw all this money, but all that money went right back out the door to dumb shit, right? I don't want to do that. I want to make my money make money. That was always my goal, because that is where I saw that they messed up. And I would have had generational wealth in my family had they not messed that part up, right? So, because it wasn't just them. Like, even my great grandmother, like, y'all, entrepreneurship in my family does go back generations. But because, like, people along the way messed that up, even though she left that in the family, I had to start over. And that's not what I want for my kids. I'm not saying that they have to do what I do, because it wouldn't even make sense. Or right now it wouldn't make sense. However, I want them, my number one goal is to nurture what they're into, so that they can take their talents, their interests, their desires, their passions, and turn it into something that makes money for them. I'll say, like, the number one thing for me now currently, though, that I love about entrepreneurship is if my kids need me, if I'm called, if I want to be hands-on every day with my kids, I have the freedom to. I make my own schedule. If I can't do something, I can always hire somebody to do it. But when she goes to school and she has something, Mom, I have something, and she tells me sometimes last minute, Mom, I have something at school today, you coming? Or I don't get, like, notifications until the day before or something like that. Last minute, I don't have to ask somebody, can I go be there for my child? I can just be there for my child. That is like one of the number one things for me. And it's not always about, like, everything that comes along with the freedom of entrepreneurship. You don't have and another thing is, you don't have a ceiling as far as money. But instead of, always taking that money and going on vacations, do I enjoy a good vacation? I mean, yeah, girl, who don't? And my weakness is probably food. I need to, like, chill out with that. But aside from that, taking that money and investing it, and I do a lot of set it and forget it. I stay out of the malls. I enjoy stuff. Like, I enjoy nice stuff. Sometimes I know how I can be, so I know how to, like, tone that down. I just don't put myself in positions to be tempted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on you knowing your weaknesses, where you need to be, what you need to be doing, at all times. So I'm about to go ahead and finish my hair, and then take y'all with me for the rest of my day. But that's all I had to say about that. So just something to think about. All right, y'all. So I have a call. I have a meeting. So I'm about to get on that now. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Oh,
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Hey y'all, so my bestie just picked me up and she taking me to try this Thai place I never been to. Say hi, Kenny Boo, don't hide. So we'll see how I like it.
I don't play, feeling with passion. I think you better get out my way. Ain't no procrastination, I'm running a one-man race. Heart of a lion, beating my chest like calm. I see you standing right there. What you ain't from? Here I come, here I come. Top off in the web, rolling like a boss. Here I come, coming for the throne. I see you standing right there. What you ain't from? and I keep it 300. I wishing you would, cause I feel like pop banging. I'm hotter this summer. Taking my time and I take what I wanna. Show us a bummer. Enemies tumble, the vision is tunnel. Get winners a piece of cake, and it is funnel. My record intimidates, I never fumble. The trophies are feet away, y'all better hustle. Feel it with passion, I think you better get out my way. Ain't no procrastination, I'm running a one-man race. Heart of a lion, beating my chest like calm. I see you standing right there. What you ain't from? Here I come, here I come. Top off in the web, rolling like a boss. Here I come, coming for the throne. I see you standing right there. What you ain't from?
Alright, so I'm about to try it, y'all. Let's see. Let's see how I like this. He's bringing along my favorite work ladies, the city girls. Yeah, Jack Harlow here on Road with City Girls. It's gonna be a vibe right there. You can log on 92Q.com for all the stops. In the meantime, while you log on for that, get ready to win some tickets. When I return in 5 minutes, you can be. It's good. It is spicy. I wish they would have took the shell off the shrimp, but it's okay. Diverse cultures, from tours and classes to family programs and art after hours with cocktails and performances. There's something for everyone. Tickets at Barnes Foundation. It's what you got now, so you don't gotta worry about me. Alright, y'all, so I just got back in the house. Obviously, I haven't gotten any computer work done today. So, I am about to get some computer work done. I actually talked to a client while I was in the car, and I have to update her portal. I may have to show a house today, I may not. We'll see. That's kind of as it comes up, because I have them on a ASAP portal, so if they see something they like, they'll let me know that, and then we can go see it. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and update her portal. I actually have a group trip to work on for someone. What else? So if that's like things that I'm gonna knock out first. I have to email one of my suppliers, and then I'm going to work on a membership that I have coming up, and it is to teach single moms to become full-time entrepreneurs. The goal is pretty much the base goal. The first goal is to supplement your current income so that you can feel comfortable enough or be comfortable enough to leave your job. If that's something that you sound like, if that sounds like something that you may be interested in, then you can sign up for the wait list below so that when it is available, you'll be the first to be notified. I also have a list of side hustles specifically for single moms. Otherwise, let me get to work and knock out some stuff that I haven't gotten done. And I also still need to go to the gym. So let's see what I get done in this time, and then I'll go from here. I just got a notification that my daughter arrived at her camping site, which is exciting. But alright, I gotta get some work done, so.
Yeah, I woke up feeling good, feeling great, yeah. Eating on sauce, pretty boys on my plate, yeah. 20-something with a mind like I'm 95. I've been through this shit before about 100 times. Past life on this zinger, I'm a princess. Whole clique asking, can I get a witness? Don't trust nobody but my blood and my best friend. Can't see no haters in my mind, I don't know them. Keep it moving. I just wanna see you shining. What you doing? I'm just trying to speak my mind down. What you mean? When you say, what's my problem? Ain't got no fuss to give. I'ma keep on ballin'. Give your bag, give your bread. I'm about checks and my respect. All praises due to the Most High. I stay blessed up, ain't worried about a bad guy. Showing off for my ancestors, revenge on our oppressors. Got no tolerating for no hater rating. I want all my friends to win. If I eat, we all taking in. My grind never stop your shine. My one and only bottom line. You come at me foul, I'm only matching your energy. Look in the mirror.
end up going to the gym. I did end up meeting up with a friend and getting Cold Stone after I was done working. However, I'm tired, so I'm not going to the gym tonight. I could still go, but it's about 9:30 now, and I don't feel like it. I'm ready to take my shower and go to bed. I'm tired. I can start back over tomorrow. I do have like one more listing to send off, but other than that, I am taking my shower and going to bed. So, alright, y'all. Good night.